Yeah, no, I feel very up to date on the teams that have advanced in the AFC. Certainly, you could make a case for any of these teams, given the fact that Houston has surprised everyone to be part of this. But there is something about this group. They are very resilient. They believe in one another. And even coming off our production meetings the other day with the Texans, I walked out of there, and this often happens. I walked out of there thinking this team believes that whatever's being said on the outside, they're not buying into. And D'Amico Ryans had the right message to his group. CJ Stroud said all the right things. His comportment was in the right manner. And I give everybody a puncher's chance. Kansas City has not dominated teams this year. I think Houston has at least that going into the divisional weekend, a team that's riding a confident wave.
You called the Texans and Chargers game on Saturday for CBS, and it looked like it was going to be a Chargers runaway early in this game, but Texans held it together, and CJ Stroud came up with a 3rd and 1,000,000 on the over snap, or the snap over his head, and then that kind of turned around everything. And after the game, one of the game balls, D'Amico in the postgame said, this is about CJ and about his composure. What was it about CJ that you kind of sensed, or maybe D'Amico, when you guys had the meetings before that they had that type of vibe going into the game?
When I brought up distractions, CJ laughed about it. When I brought up underdog, he laughed about it, but not in a mocking way, more in a, hey, yeah, we're hearing this. We're aware. He didn't downplay. He didn't dismiss. He recognized that it was part of the equation. He understood how others around the NFL were viewing him and viewing the Texans as a whole. This guy has been a very high achiever, obviously got so many plaudits in his first year. And in year 2, even though the numbers were not terrible by any stretch, we just kept hearing about sophomore slump and this team is missing something. They had the same exact record that they had in 2023. They just did it in a different way. They were 5-1 to start the year. And obviously they limped towards the finish line, got that win at the end, Tennessee, to at least feel something going into the postseason. But I just thought he was really consistent in his messaging, as was D'Amico Ryans. We also met with Joe Mixon, who came in with that experienced attitude. I've been here. I know this. Kept making the comparisons to 2021 and the Cincinnati Bengals, that team that shocked everybody and went to the Super Bowl with a second-year quarterback, with Mixon as a Pro Bowl running back, with a 10-7 record. So he just felt there were a lot of similarities between the two. And then Will Anderson Jr., he is just sunshine in a bottle, just upbeat. And I just felt good vibes from the team overall, and then it translated. But you're right, the way it started. And I think this happens, DA, not just in the postseason, but in the regular season as well. When a team doesn't step on the other team's throat, when they don't take advantage, the Chargers field goal on that first drive, drop passes, miscues. Okay, they get the ball back on the fumble by Mechie. Field goal on that drive. It's 6-0. It could easily have been 14-0, and the whole crowd would have been taken out of the equation. Instead, it's 6-0. Another pick, as we saw from Justin Herbert, and the third down play that you alluded to. I think it just turned the game around. It shifted momentum.